Hello and welcome to Studio 7. Today we are celebrating Christmas and all the joy that it brings. It's a great excuse to eat, to laugh, to open a few gifts, and most of all to remember why we celebrate Christmas in the first place. On today's show, Jessica Phillips has some advice for us about balancing the commercialism of Christmas with the true meaning, the birth of our Savior. We'll also have some last-minute do-it-yourself gift ideas just in case you find yourself in a bind. And if you're looking for something a little fancy to serve to your guests, Terry Lynn Babb has a great lesson for us in beef tenderloin. But to kick things off today, how about a little perspective for the holiday season? A few years ago, a local company changed their annual company Christmas party from a day where they focused mostly on themselves to an experience that put the attention on those who need it most. And at the end of the day, they discovered it's turned into a precious gift for everyone involved.
Hundreds of people gather in the parking lot of the Parks Legato Town Center waiting for their instructions. As they scatter to begin a full day of volunteer service, it's pretty obvious this is a well-oiled machine made up of 200 Sewell Ford team members and their families.
So we have sons and daughters and grandparents and cousins and aunts who come out from all over the country to be able to be a part of it.
It has become known as the Sewell Big Serve.
Well, we started Big Serve in 2009. The economy out in West Texas was really tough, and for me it was really a way to make sure that we as a team could keep perspective. There's just tons of times that we look at our problems and we think that they're the biggest problems that exist. And when we go out and serve in the community, when we think about the challenges other people face, it changes the way we look at our own.
What we have done here at Sewell is we've changed kind of the way we thought about Christmas parties. We used to think about it as it was a time we all got together, had a Christmas party, and we changed it around and we decided that we wanted to give back to the community. That was our Christmas gift to them, and that's a gift to us.
Today they will touch the lives of people in many different ways. Some will spend hours boxing up food at the West Texas Food Bank, preparing meals for people who cannot afford to put dinner on the table. Others will paint and clean and repair the facility at Harmony Home, where children who've been abused come to begin their healing process. And some will spend the day here at High Sky Children's Ranch, where dozens of foster children wait to be adopted into a forever family.
Wherever we can serve, we want to meet passions and needs and try to put them together.
And here's a perfect example. This team decided to create something magical for the children at High Sky.
What we decided to do is make it a little friendly competition. We decided that we would make a clubhouse. And today we did 3 of them. It was a great project, a great time. Everybody put in some great time and effort in it. And everybody was doing it out of their heart, out of their time. There was nothing that was paid for by the company or anything. So this was our time and our gift back to these children.
What really touches me most is the fact that our team so willingly gives of their time and their resources, and all these things are done with heart. They aren't done because it's a job, it's done because they really want to give back to the community.
A great example of service and a great opportunity to get some perspective during this time of year. It is hard to balance the commercialism of Christmas with the true meaning, particularly in a world where we are bombarded with images of gifts and goodies all of the time. Today we are getting real with our relationship contributor Jessica Phillips, and she is here with us in studio today. Jessica, as parents, even as adults, it is so hard to really stay focused on the true meaning of Christmas, but it's so important to do that.
It is. We find ourselves rushing through crazy traffic trying to get to the next place to buy the next gift, and we're yelling at our kids in the back seat and we're throwing them a Happy Meal.
And we're happy about it.
Oh yeah, we're so happy. We're on the phone arguing with our spouse about we don't even know what.
Right.
And we stop and we go, I thought this was supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year. And we can just find ourselves a little bit like Charlie Brown, just depressed about Christmas, and that we're caught up in the materialism and consumerism, and I find myself going, how do I stop and refocus and regroup? Can I recover?
Yeah.
This year.
Even this late in the game,
yes.
Can we recover
Can
this
we recover?
holiday?
With Christmas being 2 days away, can I recover? And I think the answer is absolutely yes. And the way you have to do that is we're always going to have to create moments. The first thing I say is look to the real meaning, to the true Christmas story. Go to Luke chapter 2. The birth of Jesus is told in 3 of the 4 Gospels, but the most famous account is in Luke chapter 2. And even when Charlie Brown was walking around depressed and asking all of his friends, well, what's this all about? His one friend, Linus, gave him the real meaning. And he quoted from Luke chapter 2, and he just talked about Jesus lying in a manger. And I think when we read that story, read it with your family, read it with your kids. When we begin focusing on baby Jesus and what he came in the world to give us, love and hope and forgiveness, everything else gets quiet.
That's right. It gives you that perspective that we've been talking about.
It really does. And so I say do that, go to the Christmas story. And then number 2, go to a worship service somewhere. All over town, churches are offering Christmas Eve services, and a lot of churches are offering multiple service times to accommodate people's busy schedules, because they know that a lot of people are working Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
But you can make that happen, and most of the services are just 1 hour. Our church is offering 4 services, and I'm going to list on our Facebook page for Studio 7 some churches around town and different service times so that you can have the opportunity to maybe go and worship.
There is something about singing a Christmas carol in a church and then really focusing on what those words mean. Like, not just that we learned it in the 5th grade, but what are the words that we're singing really saying about the way we worship and the way we praise our Savior today.
Exactly. And so much of who we are gets caught up in the busyness, and we sometimes lose reverence for this time of year. And I mean, I cry every year at Christmas Eve service because it is just such a special time. And I'll be honest, it's the time that I slow down and just take it in. So I say take it in. Make it happen. It's not just going to happen. You have to make it happen.
And that's the point today, is that it's not going to slow down.
No.
It's going to speed up unless we make an effort to do that.
Yes, let's make the effort.
Thank you so much for being here with us today, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Still ahead on Studio 7, have you mastered the art of traveling light? Or are you one of those people who packs 5 bags, probably filled with stuff you will never use? Up next, Paige Passmore has some ideas to help us streamline our suitcases. The Style File is up next on Studio 7. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio 7. Most people who travel often have mastered the art of traveling light. But if you've been seen dragging suitcases through the airport or shoving bags into the back of your car, it might be time for an intervention. Our Style File contributor, Paige Passmore, joins us now with some tips on how to pack like a pro. I have to admit, I'm a pretty good packer.
I'm proud of you. I've had to learn through the years how to pack properly, pack organized, and pack light.
Yes.
Because I'm usually traveling in a group, not alone, and so everybody's things have to fit. Even if we're flying, they have to fit on the car on the way there. So today, I brought a carry-on size suitcase. So this is 22 inches. This is a small carry-on, and I've packed for about a week.
Okay.
So if I can get a week into a carry-on, anybody can. So we'll just show you some of the techniques that I use personally. So the rolling technique here, I've taken 4 tops, 4 bottoms, and I packed in the same color scheme. So I packed in black and white neutrals. You could also pack in brown and tan navy neutrals, and then add splashes of color, maybe in your tops or some jewelry or shoes. But this way you can bring less but pack more.
Right.
So I have 4 tops here and 4 bottoms. Each top and each bottom can be crisscrossed and go with each other.
Mix and match.
Right.
Okay.
So 8 pieces, 8 days, 8 complete outfits. Got 2 pairs of jeans, denim and black, a black dress and a black skirt, and then a cream top, a denim top, a jacket, and a black top.
You also said about shoes. You put your shoes in a little bag because, and I hadn't thought about this, but there's gross stuff on the bottom of those shoes.
Right. You step on, there's no telling what we step on all day. So we want to keep our shoes away from our clothing. I've made the mistake of throwing everything in, and I got to where I was going, and I had a white dress, and there was black marks from the bottom of a pair of boots all over it. Yeah. So we want to keep our shoes separated. A lot of suitcases come like this, or you can buy dust bags anywhere, or just use a Ziploc.
Yeah.
Right.
And let's talk about this rolling technique, because I've heard a lot about this, but really, I mean, it's a way to kind of condense it, and it doesn't get wrinkled. It comes out fairly in good shape.
It's a lot easier to roll than to fold. It saves space. It doesn't wrinkle because you're not creasing it. So I just fold my jeans in half like so, and then I roll from the top, roll them down, and then fit them right in. This also keeps it more organized. I have tops here, bottoms here, and so I know what you can see what you're looking at. If you fold it in stacks, you can't see it. So every time you change, you have to pull pull everything out.
Such a good point. One last thing that you talked about was this also can then double for your dirty clothes bag, because you know we're always shoving it back in. You can't remember what's clean, what's dirty.
Exactly. Mine, fortunately for me, my suitcase has some extra pockets I can throw dirty clothes in if I want, but I like to keep my sleepwear and intimates in a separate bag, and then that doubles as my dirty clothes bag. So when I'm finished wearing something, or if it got dirty, actual stain, just throw it in there, keep it to the side, and I know I can't wear it again. Same with makeup. This makeup bag fits perfectly right in here, and nothing inside of there is going to get anywhere else. We can carry on. We can go somewhere for a week and just carry on.
Yes, we can. Paige, thank you so much for being here with us today for our Style File. When we come back on Studio 7, what can you do if you've forgotten to buy a gift for someone on your list? Never fear, our Drab to Fab contributor has some great do-it-yourself ideas that just might save the day. Stay with us right here on Studio 7. Welcome back to Studio 7. It's a terrible feeling. Someone shows up with a gift and you don't have one for them. Or worse yet, you forget to buy something for someone on your list. Well, never fear, our Drab to Fab contributor Jessica Phillips is here with us today with a few last-minute do-it-yourself ideas. And these are some great ways to make sure that you have a gift. So tell me what you've got here.
And when you say last minute, it literally is last minute. I tried to time when I did this, and they probably can take 5 minutes to do all of this.
And you found these in your pantry or
In my
somewhere around your
pantry,
house?
And the investment probably took maybe $5 to $10. So this is really great.
You're talking my language,
I know.
Jessica. Tell me what we have.
So the first thing, what I did was I created a coconut oil and sugar scrub.
I love that.
And all you need for the base is literally those 2 ingredients in a microwave safe container. So you melt the coconut oil, 1/4 cup per every 2 cups of sugar, but you can kind of judge by the consistency you want. So you need that, mix it together. And then what I went back and did is I created my own little flavors and scents. So I did a grapefruit and lemon zest, a lemon sugar scrub, coffee and chocolate.
Oh,
you can add
that's
anything.
Cool.
I took like an essential oil, and then I did some lavender essential oils and rosemary for the people who like more of the medicinal feel of your sugar scrub.
Sure.
And then a cucumber, basil, olive oil, and lime. Literally went through my pantry and I made sugar scrub.
I love these, and we'll have the recipe on our Studio 7 Facebook page. These are the cutest things I've ever seen.
These were pickle jars and olive jars, and what I did was I soaked them in hot water, took off the label, and then I used a drill to drill a hole, got a doorknob pull, and now you have a cute, funky apothecary jar. You can put your Q-tips, something, anything, keep your change in it, or I put some orange spice tea in this one.
That is so clever, and I love the pulls on top.
And it's so easy. And the spice tea, it's just about 5 ingredients, dump it together, about 3 teaspoons per hot water, and you got a nice cup of hot tea.
And the last thing is this cute mitt. I love the ends dipped in paint.
Yes, dipped in paint. Paint dipped wooden spoons. Literally dip, let it dry, and oven mitt with a dish towel bow. And if you go to like the dollar store, this could probably be a $3 gift, and nobody would ever know because it looks so cute.
They are so cute. So there's no excuse if you have someone stop by and you don't have a gift. Now you have saved yourself. Jessica, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So cute. It's time now for this week's 5 Things We Love. It's our last chance to highlight Christmas favorites for 2013. One thing I love at Christmas is the Elvis Presley Christmas album. It just reminds me of my childhood.
Well, one of my favorite things about the holiday season is the Nutcracker Ballet. When I was a little girl, I was in it for years. There's the picture of me as a little mouse that was about 5 or 6 years old. In that picture, of course, standing on my head. And even after I had to stop dancing, we still would go every single year.
As a kid, The Sweet Smells of Christmas was my favorite Christmas book, and I haven't seen it in years. It's a scratch and sniff. And the other day I was walking through Sam's and saw The Sweet Smells of Christmas.
One thing I love about Christmas is, of course, spending time with my 4 children that I love so much, guys. And we spend a lot of time in the kitchen. We bake cookies, those little peanut butter and chocolate Christmas cookies with a Hershey Kiss in the middle. Those are my favorite, and then we go deliver them to friends and family.
It's kind of embarrassing, so don't make fun of me, but it's not Christmas without my Barry Manilow Christmas CD.
Still ahead on Studio 7, it's a little bit fancy, but worth the occasional splurge. When we come back, a lesson in preparing beef tenderloin. Kiss the Cook is up next. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio 7. Every once in a while, you might be tempted to splurge and treat your friends or family to a delicious meal. That is the focus of today's Kiss the Cook.
If you are looking for a very special meal to cook for your family as we are leading into Christmas or maybe even Christmas Eve, Terry Lynn Babb has a great idea for us this week. Terry Lynn, this is beef tenderloin. I've heard a lot of people talk about what an excellent kind of meat this is, or cut or choice of meat.
It is, Tatum. It's the most tender cut of beef that you can buy. It's very expensive, but we feel like it's well worth it. You can ask your butcher to trim it for you. Usually this little part right here we kind of tie up. As you can see, we've got the strings right here. We rub it with a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and then locally made Texas seasonings that Renee purchased at Larry's Meat Market.
I love that it's locally done.
Locally done.
Okay, so tell me what you would do with those ingredients. You'd rub it down?
We rub it and then sprinkle it with this. You bake it at 500 for about 20 to 25 minutes.
Okay.
And it's quick and really easy. I know people are sometimes afraid of cooking a tenderloin, but it's very easy. When you take it out of the oven, it's best to let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. And the internal temperature should be about 130 for a rare beef tenderloin, and that's really the way it's supposed to be prepared.
So don't freak out if it's a little pink. That really is the way it's the best. And it took me a long time to learn that, but it really is a great way to enjoy that meat.
It's the best way.
And one of the things you said too is that if you have leftover, it's expensive, but there are so many different things that you can do with the beef tenderloin after the fact.
Yes. It's wonderful to make a beef burgundy stew. It'll be the most expensive chili you've ever made, but you can make chili out of it, and it's fabulous as well. Sometimes we like to serve it on a cracker or a crostini with a little bit of tomato chutney here. That's a great little appetizer, or you could use a little $50 size dinner roll as well.
And make little sandwiches.
Yes, with the creamy horseradish that Renee prepared.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yes.
And so now you've also prepared some risotto to go with this.
I have. It's a wonderful wintertime dish. Risotto is a dish that people are a little afraid of too, but it's really quite simple.
Okay, so it's not rice. I always thought it was rice, but it's
a little different.
Italian.
It is. It's not the same that we mostly use around here. It's a little different. And to prepare that, you simply saute this with a little bit of onion and garlic, and you keep it in your pan, and you stir it constantly with warm chicken broth. Another secret to that is to keep your chicken broth warm on another burner.
Okay.
And that doesn't slow down the cooking process.
Ah.
When you add, if you added, cold chicken broth or room temperature chicken broth, so it doesn't slow down the cooking process.
What a great tip. Okay.
And I got great butternut squash already cut up for us. Mushrooms.
It's my kind of girl, already cut up.
Already cut up, ready to go. Fresh sage, Parmesan cheese, and the mushrooms.
And we'll have the recipe up on our Studio 7 Facebook page. And then when you serve that on a plate like this with the risotto and the lovely salad and this beef tenderloin, I mean, this really is, as you said, a little bit more expensive, but a special meal that would be a great way to celebrate Christmas.
Well worth it, I think.
Terry Lynn, thank you so much.
Sure,
this is
great.
So lovely. Thank you.
Great.
We all have special Christmas memories that involve movies or maybe some favorite quotes or favorite songs. One of my favorite, our family's favorite Christmas, is Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. It is a classic. Sharon Gaines is our On the Move contributor. She joins us now. And Sharon, does your family have a favorite Christmas movie you guys always watch?
Yes, we do. I always watch at Christmas time Miracle on 34th Street, the remake, because I can wrap presents and get a lot of things done if Dylan McDermott is on the screen.
Oh, I agree.
Behind me. Yes. And then one of our family's favorites, of course, is Elf, because we can just crack up laughing to Elf all day long.
Smiling is my favorite, just so you know.
Oh, okay. I'm smiling. Yes, I remember. Okay, we put together a little something special for you today, but first, a trivia question. A sentimental ending to one classic Christmas tale, God Bless Us Everyone, was declared by which character in what movie? A, Santa Claus in 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, B, Tiny Tim in A Christmas Carol, or C, The Grinch in How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And for bonus points, who wrote that classic tale? Tatum will give her answers in a few minutes, and we'll see if you guys think alike. But right now, I want you to put down that laundry basket, stop what you're doing, take a load off, and check this out. We are on the move down memory lane.
But he managed to save Christmas.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Frosty returned every year.
Where's Captain? Mom? Kevin!
What else did you do while we were away?
Hung around.
You got the doll, right? Yeah, Turbo Man.
Turbo Man.
Yes.
I knew you
look a lot like Christmas.
You're going to lead my team.
Down in history.
Membership in the Jelly of the Month Club.
What's the matter with you?
Strange model air rifle.
Don't shoot your eye out.
Shoot your eye out.
Shoot your eye out.
Shoot your eye out?
The reindeer will know what to do.
I'm not Santa.
Merry Christmas.
I wish I'd never been born. I want to live again.
The Grinch hated Christmas.
Those clips are so much fun. I love watching that. It brings back great memories of Christmases.
I know it does for me too. It just gives us memories of Christmases past with our families and friends, and some of them are funny, some of them make us laugh, some of them make us cry.
Cry,
I
yes.
know. So do you have an answer in your head for the trivia question?
I know what it is.
You do?
I think so. I think it is Tiny Tim who said it, but I don't know who wrote it.
Ding, 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 ding. You're right.
Okay, good.
You are so right. Come on down, Tatum. You got it. Who wrote it was Charles Dickens.
Oh.
So I knew you would know that.
I know it now.
You know
I
it
just couldn't
now.
think of it then.
I know it now.
Sharon, thank you so much. This was so much fun to go down memory lane.
You're
this
welcome.
way.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Let's go
Merry
on the
Christmas.
move a lot more this in 2014.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us this week on Studio 7. We hope you found some inspiration today, and we hope that your holiday is filled with the peace that only comes with the true meaning of Christmas. If you have questions for our contributors, or maybe even some ideas for the show, you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And remember, we post new content every day, so check back in often. You can find information for all of that or a link at cbs7.com. Thanks again for watching Studio 7. We'll see you next week.
From our family to yours,
Soul Chevrolet wishes you
a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.